Oh, there we go. All right. Today, no camera because I'm not home and I forgot it at home. But anywho, today, day two on the funded account, going very well. Overall, my bias was still very much bearish because of how this week is going out and how last week played out as well. We're very much on a extreme volatility downtrend. So that's kind of the bias I was going towards. Um, I had a 1 hour fair value gap here that I marked out from yesterday, I think it was. And I was kind of looking for that to be my retracement. Now, as for London session, it got instantly swept uh, as market opened. And I was starting to get a little worried with how much this was going up. This was quite the move in the morning. So, was a little bit concerned about that. But I decided to hold strong, try not to do anything stupid. I very nearly almost did something stupid, but it would have played out. So that really pissed me off. And I could have done it. I decided not to just because, well, I didn't want to break my rules. And then because it didn't play out, I was like so fucking pissed off that I almost broke all of my rules and FOMO'd into a trade. What it was about here when it tapped into a 5 minute fair value gap, clearly wanting to go up. I was going to set this trade here and then kind of target the top of the 1 hour fair value gap for a 3-to-1 trade, which would have played out perfectly if I had done it, which is what pissed me off even more, especially like around here where I had marked this out the second that this candle closed. I marked out this trade and I was like, oh, this would be a good trade to take, but I didn't take it. And then it went here and took my trade, take profit. So I was really pissed off and it kept going up. So I thought that my initial bias for the day was going to get fucked. Um, and yeah, I was very close to just going full FOMO into a trade to the upside. But I waited. I kept the I kept my patience, waited, and then I ended up. This was a little bit too slow for my liking here on ES. Ended up going towards NQ, which had not broken past the fair value gap, so I was still looking pretty good on NQ. When it broke past here, I ended up taking the trade. I don't. This is where was it? Probably around around here, I'd say. I think on this candle is when I took the trade. I was in the Uber going to the gym. I think yeah, it was here. So I don't know what this is all about, but I took the trade here. I targeted the I had the sorry I had the top of these highs here, or the top of the fair value gap, as a stop loss, and then my take profit was London lows, which was what I was looking to see sweep for the whole day. My initial bias around 9:30 was we're going to go and fill this and then plummet down here to take out London low, which is what happened. Uh, this says 1 to 7, 1.7, but I ended up re-entering around here for another contract and then targeting down here for $400 profit. And my original stop loss was 150. I ended up moving it to break even here, which was still about 150 because my new entry was a lot lower. So I kept it to about 150 risk and take profit London. And there we go.
Hello, hello. Okay. Today, gonna keep it extremely short because I did not take a trade. So, what ended up happening? I was originally looking for shorts, just because the week it's just been constantly going down. But today around here, this was 5 a.m. And then market opens, about here, starts going up. I'm like, okay, we could probably actually just look for longs because it seems to be forming an uptrend here on both ES and NQ. So I choose to go long. Now, my thing is very unfortunate because it did go long. My only problem was I didn't get an entry. So my entry, there was one here off of, this equilibrium, but it was too early. So my goal was to get an entry off of a retracement into this. I was looking for an entry off of a retracement into this fair value gap here, which was also equilibrium, just about, if I can get this right. Seriously? What is this? Yeah, so this was about equilibrium as well. Yeah, around here. So I was looking for a retracement into here, and then I could take a long. Unfortunately, it just barely made it. It just didn't get there. It got into this one here, but I really wanted it to fill this one before I enter. So yeah, it just didn't do it on either of them. And then it just continued up for the rest of the day. Right now it's 1 o'clock. It'll probably just continue up. So if I had just gotten my entry here, this would have been a definite good trade, probably even like 3 to 1. But it didn't line up, so I didn't take a trade today. Rather unfortunate now that I'm staring at the charts, because damn, that would have been clean, but did not happen. So yeah, it is what it is. On to tomorrow. So today sucked. Today really sucked. I lost 250. I originally only wanted to risk 200, but here we are. Initially, I didn't really know the bias at first. I was a little bit unsure, because we were about like here-ish around 9:30. I was thinking maybe we could continue some of the uptrend that we've been seeing over the last 2 days. But then after such a sharp drop, pre-market and market open, I was like, okay, we're probably going to continue going down. I marked out this 1 hour fair value gap here, which had a retest into it, but it was at like 9:45, so it was just a little bit too early for my liking. And then it like shot through Asia low, right? And it continued to go down after shooting through Asia low, at which point a 5-minute fair value gap was formed. And what the fuck? Okay, there we go. So yeah, 5-minute fair value gap was formed, and yeah, so that was like, okay, this is nice. And then I broke my rules. I saw the momentum. I was like, okay, we're probably going to come down here and sweep this low here that I marked out. So I said, fuck it, let's just take a 1-to-1 trade. Pocket a quick 200 for the day, and then maybe look for another trade after. what I did. I took it about here, and I put it to the top of this small fair value gap that we had here for a target to here, which was a clean 1-to-1. And then this happened. Then this happened. One fucking tick off. One tick off. Literally one tick. And it climbed all the way back up and it stopped me out. The rage that I felt after this, the absolute blinding rage. I was at work and I took this and I could not focus. I could not focus for a fucking second. And this was after I had taken another trade a little bit higher up. I don't know where it was. It was I think around here. Another 1-to-1 for 200 risk. About here, but I was kind of nervous, so I was trailing my stop loss too tightly, and then one bounce up made me lose $50, which kind of put me a little bit tilted because then it went down and hit the take profit that I had marked out. So I did it again, another 1-to-1 trade, and then that happened. I was so fucking pissed. So pissed. This was actually the most painful shit ever. This felt worse than when I would blow a full eval in one day just full porting randomly. This was like the most painful shit ever. Just because one tick off and the fact that I broke my rules again, which I haven't done in like 2 weeks. I just broke my rules and I entered off some FOMO because this shit was going down and I thought I wouldn't catch a move. Yeah. I really wanted to take a trade today. And I really just wanted to, so I FOMO'd into this. It was like super early too. It was at like 10 a.m. The other one I took was literally at market open at like 9:30. Yeah, and then the worst part is it stopped me out, and I just instantly, the amount of rage I was feeling, I had to lock the account because had a feeling it was just gonna go full port and blow the entire account. So I locked it out, and then literally like 30 seconds later, it taps into my 5-minute fair value gap. It has a beautiful reaction off of it. Taps in, then I have a break of structure here, which is exactly the kind of trade I look for every single day. This was at 10:20, which is like my favorite time to take a trade. Very tight stop loss, under 10 points on ES. Everything lined up perfectly. I had marked out these were already taken out pretty much, so I said, okay. It's just, yeah, so I locked myself out, and then an hour later I looked at the charts again and I saw this, and it's so disappointing. It's so fucking disappointing. This was a 5.5 risk. Oh no, this was wrong. That makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, it was a 4-to-1 trade. A 4-to-1 still, like, a 4-to-1 trade, it would have hit. What is this line? Oh my god, what is this? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I mean, fuck. This is a perfect 4-to-1 trade, the perfect entry, the perfect setup. Like, one of the most perfect trades you could ask for. And I just decided to break my rules in the morning, lose 250, and then lock myself out before the setup happened. It's so aggravating. Like, my account is now at 50.5. If I risked 200 here, I would have made 800. I'd be at 1500, which is literally payout. I had a couple more rules to follow, consistency and such. But that's the payout cap. Like, account would be at 51,500. Like, it's just, it's super disappointing to fucking think that you finally start following your rules, you finally start seeing progress, and then you just blow it all up and then miss one of the best opportunities possible. It's very, very aggravating. I know there's always tomorrow, and I'll find more opportunities, and it's just like, damn. I can't trade at work, man. It doesn't work. Like, it's just, every time I go to work, I get out of bed late. I'm rushing on the charts. I'm rushing here. I'm trying to get to work. I take stupid decisions because I'm trying to analyze from my phone while working. Could not have been a better trade. Like, that is such a nice trade. Oh, this pissed me off to a whole other level. I was so mad when I got one tick away and then just stop lost. And then I come back to the charts to look at what happened, and I see this, and it's just despair. It's just a complete feeling of feeling deflated. Yeah, I got nothing else to say, man. It's just disappointing day all around. Gorgeous setup, but I'm a dumbass. It literally feels worse than blowing an eval in one day. Like, this is just so frustrating. I would have passed an eval last week and then been in payout range the week after. Ugh. Like, you think you finally switch and lock in and actually just do it properly and follow your rules, and then just the next day comes and shit. Just do some stupid shit like this. What the fuck? Why? Anyways, this is my rant for the day. It's just extremely disappointing overall. I'm going to try to leave it behind and focus up again tomorrow, but something like this, it affects me long term. It's probably going to piss me off for a few days, so hopefully I can control that a bit. Yeah, that's it. Not much else to say. Hello, hello. Okay. Friday, November 7th. Last day of my first week on the funded. And we made 500 bucks. All around pretty solid day. I'm trying to keep my trades really small and not complex, mostly because I'm trading at work and I don't want something like yesterday to happen. I'm just trying to keep it extremely simple, find like one quick confluence, enter on a somewhat maybe, and then target like a 1 to 1.5. Keep it as simple as possible, which is what I did. Now, it's a pretty tough market to trade right now because, like, what the actual fuck is this? It's just plummeting. I'm not trying to take anything too crazy. Yeah. Now, this morning, market opens, we're going straight down. It's been straight down for a few days. Alright, sounds good, we're looking for shorts. I had a 5-minute fair value gap being formed here from 9:30 open. We started to kind of play around in it here, and then we decided to get a phone call from my boss. Yeah.
Are you close by? Because the guys are trying to go right now.
Oh shit, my food's in the microwave. Can you give me 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes, no problem.
Alright, perfect. Sorry. I should be at work right now. Anywho, yeah, so it kind of tapped in here, and then it closed below. I know it did that a couple times, but I was working and I didn't really notice it earlier, so I caught it very conveniently at its like final move down. And yeah, so I bought in here. Got a little scared around here, but it continued to go down. I risked 200 bucks, a good 1 to 5, targeting some lows from like a century ago. Yeah, pretty simple trade. Puts my account up 1,000. Very annoyed by yesterday because it could have been up like 2,000 this week, but you know what? It's the first week on a funded account ever. Can't complain. Doing pretty good. On to next week. Maybe we can like get a payout. I doubt it. Let's keep the hopes low here. This is already pretty solid. So yeah, see ya.